Good day, beautiful people. It's the one and only Charles Griffin reporting live for another edition of Inspiration to Hump Day. And today we're going to be talking about feelings and how not to let your feelings dictate your decision making. Don't let your feelings drive you to doing something that you may regret. And stop operating on feelings. So to get into today's discussion, I'm going to talk about something that inspired me that happened back in 1997. And this is when the Chicago Bulls were playing the Utah Jazz in the NBA Finals. The series was tied 2-2. And 2 days before the game, at 3 a.m. in the morning, Michael Jordan wakes up in a pool full of sweat in his bed. Nauseated. Unable to lift himself out of bed because he was so weak. He was so scared that he later reported that he thought somebody had put poison in his food or his drink in an attempt to get him not to play. Unable to go back to sleep, he finally contacted the team doctors that came over to rush to him. And they found out that he was suffering from food poisoning and stomach virus. Throwing up profusely, he couldn't do anything, couldn't keep anything down. He had lost weight, and the game was the next day. So he was so sick and feeling so bad, they canceled him from going to the team shoot-around the day before the game. The news got back to Coach Phil Jackson, the team, that Michael Jordan was not going to play the next day. Jordan goes back to his room, try to sleep it off. The feeling doesn't go away. Tired, hurt, body aching, nauseated, dizzy spells, vomiting, you name it, he felt it. The pain was excruciating, and the emotional turmoil he went through was draining. At 3 o'clock that evening of Game 5, Jordan willed himself to get out of the bed and made himself to Delta Arena. Scottie Pippen would recall him walking through the side door in an unbelievable fashion, saying to himself, I know he's not going to try to play. At 4:30, Jordan suited up, went to Coach Phil Jackson, and told him he was going to play. Jordan ended up playing 22 out of the 24 minutes in the first half. Although the Bulls were down by 16 points, he willed them back to make the game competitive by halftime. In the second half, Jordan played 21 of the 24 minutes, willing the Bulls to a victory, and him scoring 38 points in the victorious effort. Someone may ask, how in the world was he able to do it? Throughout the course of the game, reports after the game talking about things that happened during the game, Jordan was only able to run up and down the floor in the first half 65% of his speed. The center Luke Longley reported later that at any moment he thought he was going to collapse. During timeouts, his body draped in the seat, arms sagging like noodles, shoulders drooping. Feeling weak, unable to do anything, he mustered up the will and the effort to complete this game. So how did he do it? I'll tell you how he did it. He didn't operate off of feeling. So many of us operate off feelings. I don't feel like being bothered with my wife today, or my girlfriend, a husband, a boyfriend. I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like going through the strenuous, strategic things I got to get through to achieve my goals. I don't feel like being bothered with my kids. So quitting is the first thing that comes in mind. Just letting your feelings get the best of you. The way Jordan was able to do that is because he didn't operate off the feeling. He operated off the commitment. See, we oftentimes fail in things and fail in relationships because we equate love with being a feeling. And though it may be, but we can't operate off it as a feeling. Love is being there for somebody when they backstab you, to curse you out, do something so hurtful to you that it may bring you to tears. But you're there for that person. You have their back in their time of need. That's a commitment. Every day you're not gonna be the same person you were 10 years ago when you met that person, the woman of your dream or the man of your dreams. You evolve with people, as people. You change, you grow. So you have to operate off the commitment that you made, not the feeling. You're not gonna feel like going through what you have to go through every day. But if we operate off feelings, our life will be in the up and down motion every day with us having no control over it. You wake up feeling bad, you're going to have a bad day. That's operating off the feeling. You wake up feeling good, you're going to have a good day. People don't know how to approach you because they don't know what type of mood you're in. Be an actor, not a reactor. Take control of your life by not operating off feelings. Use the commitment that you made to your wife to drive you to go to work and provide for your family. To drive you to come home and look your wife or your husband in the face after a day full of arguments and say, baby, I love you, I'm sorry? What commitment have you made to your children to be there for them day in and day out? Though they may be going to school cutting up, acting as if they don't have any home training, bring home bad grades. What commitment did you make? Are you going to bail on them because you don't feel like it? Are you going to bail on your job, leaving your family at home starving, not knowing where the next meal coming from because you don't feel like going to work? You don't like your boss? You don't like the atmosphere you work in? Stop operating off the feeling. Move past the feeling. Let something drive you. Let something make you find the greatness that's hibernating within you deep down inside. Michael Jordan was able to be victorious, scoring 38 points because he didn't operate off a feeling. We see that and we marvel at that in amazement. How did he do it? We possess that same power. But we never work our minds to get that way. See, the mind is just like anything else. It's only going to get tough and prepare you mentally through repetition. Quitting only weakens the mind because you're not taking the mind through the rigorous things it needs to go through to be able to maintain that mental toughness to get you through tough ordeals when you're not filling up to the task. So if you're a quitter, you can't get to the point where you're going to push past your feelings because you can't see the commitment. Your mind is not strong enough. The body is weaker than the mind. The mind is the strongest thing you possess. So if you're in the state of your life right now, when you're feeling down and out, you're feeling sad about something, you have to find the commitment. There's going to be times you may call home, you're not receiving a phone call. Your mom is not answering the door. Your next door neighbor called you. Ambulance is there. They bust in the door and they found your mom passed out. She's gone. What commitment have you made to the rest of your family? Are you going to let that feeling drive you into quitting? Don't let a temporary feeling drive you to making a permanent decision that's going to affect the rest of your life. If Michael Jordan had given up, told himself, I'm feeling so bad I'm not going to play, I believe the Bulls would have lost that game and went down in the series 3-2 and not to win the finals. But he acted off the commitment he made to his coach, Phil Jackson, his teammates, his family, his fans, and most importantly to himself, to not become a quitter, to push past the limits that his body has set against him, telling him he can't do it. The devil is going to place a lot of things in your way, a lot of obstacles. But you got to find it deep within you. Find that commitment you made to your significant other, your family, your children, to push past and get to what God has for you to be. Let's not operate our feelings. Let's not do that. Get you in a world of trouble. Okay? Emotions, don't let it drive you to making a decision that you're going to regret. So, for those of you out there that may be feeling bad, feeling down, feeling that you can't make it, feeling weak, feeling like giving up, find the commitment that you made to yourself, to the Creator, to your children. You're not going to feel like chasing your dreams every day. I don't, but I do it. I read and I write. I make videos. It's some Wednesday mornings I don't have a clue what I'm going to talk about. But I say a prayer and I cut this recorder on and I speak. And things just come to me as I'm going. So be mentally tough and let's not operate our feelings. Again, I enjoy talking to you guys. If you have any subjects you want me to talk about, feel free to inbox me. And as always, I want you to stay motivated and keep God first. And until next time, take care.